Men are afraid to open up to their women because they have been trained that it's not safe to do so.
Trained.
Women, yes, they have been groomed and trained by their past experiences and relationships with women that it's not safe to be vulnerable because a woman will throw it back in their face.
So I really think your ideology is interesting. How do I apply it to my lesbian relationships?
Oh, well, you guys are useless in society, so.
Men always want to stay in contact with the woman they know they should have kept. And the reason he tries so hard to stay friends with you isn't because he suddenly values friendship. It's because you represent comfort, familiarity, a safe place to return to when things don't work out elsewhere. Keeping you close allows him to explore other options without fully letting you go. Do you really want to be someone's backup plan? Or do you want to be with a man who knew he wanted you from the second he saw you?
All right, as a woman in the dating scene, okay, I'm trying to find a man, I'm trying to find a husband, you know, ideally, but where are you guys? Like the good guys. I'm not talking about the players. I don't want a player. I'm not talking about like the, you know what I mean? Like genuinely good, loyal, nice guys. Where are you guys at? Because you certainly are not in my area.
And modern women continue to talk about, and this is why really honestly and truly, they come up with the mental load. You know what? Okay, let's be fair. There are in some relationships, the man is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. The man's not carrying his weight. Fair. I got it. He shouldn't be doing it. He should be actually helping, right? But what they do is they put, instead of being like, okay, I'm carrying 90% of the mental load, but my husband is carrying 90% of the physical load. I got the mental load, he's got the physical. She's expecting the man to come in. She says half, but what she actually means is, I actually want you to carry 70, 80% of the mental load and continue to carry your 90% of the mental load. And when men realize that, that's when they started opting out.
Men nowadays, they have no incentive to be like that. They have no. So men who are choosing to, they are like, unicorns. Do you know what I mean? But it's like when you're not seeing it, like, you know, or not seeing women being respected in their relationships, or even vice versa as well. Like, I think there is like a lack of, there's just like a lack of real love.
So what you're saying is, yes, but the options are, it's slim.
Marga. It's slim.
But right, I agree. It would have it. If that man came along, you're not anti-marriage.
Here are ways to make a guy chase you. And let me be real, if he's not chasing you, the relationship will never work. 1. Check if you're even on his mind to begin with. Click share and go to Instagram direct. When the list of 4 to 5 people pops up, check for his name. If he's there, congrats. He's already stalking your profile more than you think, and he probably really likes you. Those names are the people watching your content the most. If he's not, then let's move on to step 2. 2. Stop being too available. I know. This one's tough. You don't want to play games. But here's the truth. If you're always available, he'll start to see you as desperate, even if he doesn't say it out loud. Guys are wired to chase what they can't easily have. So take a step back. Be busy. Have your own life. When you're a little harder to reach, you instantly become more valuable in his eyes. 3. Use the pushback method. People have forgotten how powerful the pushback method actually is. So make sure you use it because it works 99% of the time. 4. Compliment him once, then stop. Guys love compliments because they don't get them often. So drop one unexpected compliment, then pull it back. He'll remember it, replay it in his head, and start chasing that validation again. 5. Be seen with other people. Not to make him jealous, but to remind him you're not sitting around waiting. Guys suddenly pay attention when they realize you have options.
And what you're seeing a lot is a lot of these modern women are claiming that they're boss babes, they're strong, independent women. I'm a girl boss, all up and down my timeline, all up and down your timeline, all up and down social media. I'm this, I'm that. You can't stop me. I'm unstoppable. I'm a car with no brakes or whatever that says. I'm a skydiver. I sleep whatever it means. I don't know. The point is, I'm sure they're talking about being a boss babe. Great. You're empowered. You're a woman. You're fantastic. All of that stuff. Get your money. But the fact of the matter is, and statistics tell us that there's a lot of these modern women out there that are broke. They're in the group chat begging for money. Actually, they take it out of the group chat now. Now it's, I'm online begging for money. I'm looking for men who will just donate to me for no apparent reason. I have not given them any value. I'm not even their friend. I have not even so much as said hi to them. Send me $50.
If you want to know if the guy that you're with is in his masculine energy, here's one sign. Many guys can talk the talk, but the guy who naturally walks the walk does it without the need to say so. The masculine energy is proactive, so judging the nature of his actions is one way to spot this energy. If a man has a plan in life, this is a manifestation of a masculine mindset. And if on a daily basis and when it comes to dating you, he initiates and takes charge, this is a manifestation of masculine energy. If he's a man without a plan, eventually you'll feel like you have to teach him how to be a man so that you're free to feel like the woman. Because if he lacks these traits, eventually you'll start to feel like you're his mother.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Yo, I feel like we as men got to put a little more time and energy into being leaders. I feel like most of the issues that we have in terms of relationships stem from the fact that most men are not leaders. A lot of men feel like just because we're born men that leadership is a birthright. That's just simply not true. And the reality is women are looking for somebody to take a back seat to. They're looking for a man to lead them, a man that knows where he's going, a man that has structure, a man that has a plan. But if you don't have those things, how can you expect a woman to ever take you serious? That's just like going to the airport and buying a ticket, but the lady says, hey, the pilot's never flown before, he's never practiced, he doesn't have GPS, he doesn't know where the heck we going. We just gonna get up there, pray and freestyle. You're not buying that ticket. So how can you expect a woman to do that exact same thing with you?
Imagine you take women and you not only are telling them to defer their best childbearing years in college, but what is college? It's not like they're going to women's colleges, right? They're going to co-ed colleges. And what happens there? It's basically a den of iniquity and degeneracy, right? So they're getting their face planted in a pillow and rode hard for about 4 years. Then they go out into career world, do the exact same thing, play the field for another 3 years. Then by the time they're 30, they want to settle down and give you 1.5 kids. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think most men want a chick who's been plowed 25 times before they get to them. Right? And then marry that woman, right, for the luxury of having reasonably unhealthy children. That's why you see such a rise in autism, the aging population of women. The average childbirth now, 28. Yeah. 28.
And what modern women are not understanding is that they keep on asking for a good man. Why can't I find a good man? Where is a good man at? Yada, yada, yada. A lot of these men be standing right in front of your face. They'll always be there. And you get comfortable with the man always being there. You start taking the man for granted. And then one day he realizes, me being here doesn't really mean anything to her. Me giving her all of these things doesn't really mean anything to her. She doesn't appreciate what I'm doing. Why am I still here? So then when he actually leaves and he don't come back, all of a sudden you confused because the man is finally choosing himself. The man is finally choosing peace versus messing around with you. And the window that you had to do right is all of a sudden closed. And y'all don't understand, good men can get tired too. They get tired of getting disrespected. And a lot of times it might not necessarily be, oh, I was outright disrespecting him, calling him crazy to his face. Just the fact that you don't appreciate anything that he does. I never get a thank you. Never get any cards from you. Nothing, ever. For literally decades. And you expect me to keep on doing that with no appreciation. That's a you.
I have a hot take. I think men should have to wear an engagement ring just like the girl does. How is it fair that they get to walk around like they're single every single day and we have to walk around like we're taken?
Yeah, cool. Buy him one. Buy him a really nice engagement ring and he will wear it. You do realize that's the bottleneck, right? The reason men don't wear engagement rings is because they don't receive one. Like, a lot of men have zero issue walking around taken and looking taken. And I don't know, you said it like it's a bad thing that most of us ladies, we want our engagement ring. We want the ring. So why are you saying it like it's a bad thing?
You want to know why men are leaving relationships today? Because you became his biggest source of stress. Men are going to leave relationships when women become the biggest stress factor in their life. The reality of it is right now is that ladies out there, you're telling yourself a comforting lie. You're calling him a narcissist. That he was treating you badly, that he was cheating, he was checking out other women, he was doing all of these things. But the reality of it is, you became his biggest source of stress. He came home to nagging and drama. He came home to someone that was never happy with anything that he did. He came home to someone that was consistently belittling him, putting him down, and mentally draining every ounce of him, while still having to worry about the bills and everything else that needed to be met. His work, his family, his friends, being the source of income for plenty of people around him, and at the same time being told that anything he did wasn't good enough, and if he spoke up, it wasn't fair what he said. Don't be his stress.
A lot of these modern women don't know when to be quiet. They don't know when to stop. Just stop talking. They don't know when to shut up. They'll say silly stuff like, well, I don't need a man. I can do it all by myself. And not only have they started saying it, they've started showing men, oh, we actually don't need you. Look at me move this mattress that I got from Casper. It's all rolled up. I was able to push it up the stairs, twist and turn and do all of it, which is fantastic. You're going to need those skills, but you really don't need to broadcast or have a man catch a stray. You really don't even know that. You really don't even need to do that. You can just say, man, look what I've done. Or you can make it as part of your vlog. Oh, I'm just, moving and I got a new mattress. Look, girl, Lisa, I love it, and this and that. And instead of just doing that, you bring a man into it and say, oh, well, I really don't need a man. Look what I've done. I've moved my own mattress. I've set up my own bed. Great. That's what they make it for. There's going to come a time and a day where you get tired, where you get exhausted. And guess who you're going to come crying to? The internet. I want a man. Man, I'm just, it's not that I can't do it. Well, yeah, you want a man to do it. We got it. We already know the line. We already know the plot. Plot twist, there's no plot twist. You already told us which twist and turn to watch out for. And men...
I married my husband because he brought out my best me. I loved what he brought out of me. And it started with how safe he had me feel. And then how much he appreciated how I am. He liked me, which is another thing that women don't look for. Does he like me? Do I feel liked? Or even the question, okay, forget how great he is. Do I like who I am when I'm around that person? Ew, no. Oh, there's such chemistry and attraction. Yeah, that's why you're a ninny around him. Tone it down. That'll always bring out the worst in you. It brings out the worst in both of us, men and women. So, but does he like me? And do I like me? Do I like who I am when I'm around that person? There's a recording on our site called Causing Those Loving Feelings. And it's literally, what is there to pay attention to cause the space of love in ourselves to expand? To expand in general, to expand for another person, to expand even for ourselves, to love ourselves more. And it has everything to do with admiration and respect and affinity, which means liking someone. So if we don't feel liked, and they don't feel liked, the space of love is like squished.
And I venture to say that a lot more men would kind of move out of the realm of being afraid of rejection if there wasn't, as they perceive it, teeth behind the rejection. Be mean. man can walk up to you and say, oh man, I really like your energy. I really like your aura, man. You just something about you, man. You're just magnetic. What? I was just saying that, with the way that you act, seem like you're a fun time. Seem like you're a good person to hang out with. Was trying to see if you would like to go out to dinner. Oh, and just say that. I was. That's what I was saying to you, stupid. Stop acting silly. Stop acting like a loser. Stop trying. And that's the point. A lot of these modern women are trying to be offended. They're trying to be. They're trying to find ways to. You said I was what? I just said you was pretty. That's all. That's literally all I said. I said you look good. I said I liked your shoes. That's it. Man, I really like that dress on you, man. That looks nice, man. That blue is your color. Huh? You looking a little bit too hard. I mean, you're standing in front of me in the grocery line. So, yes, I see you. Are you okay? Stop talking.
This is not a good time for men right now, and I personally am loving it. Obviously, we all just learned how to catch a print. So now women are objectifying men, and it's the first time that they have ever felt this, and welcome to our world. And we can't look away, we can't stop. It's too great. And just watching men crash out about it.
I guarantee to you that 95% of men have no idea what you're talking about, which I think is hilarious because, well, women think that they're getting a one-up on men, they're getting their revenge. Really, all that's happening is you're proving that you are chronically online. I just don't think that this is a thing. And guys, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but are you feeling highly objectified because of this? I mean, if anything, they feel annoyed by women wanting, a very tall man and the high earner and whatnot, when they're looking to date. That is something that men talk about. Men are not really talking about how they're feeling objectified because of this whole catching a print. Most of them have no idea what you're talking about.
Dating in your city doesn't suck, you just aren't looking in the right places, which is why I want to share with you a couple of places that you can go to find people that you actually want to date. And this one is for the ladies only. First place you're going to want to go, car meetups in nice neighborhoods. Second, I find a lot of really cute guys at coffee shops during the weekdays, early in the morning or maybe around lunch rush. You can never go wrong with going to the car wash on a Sunday. I'm telling you, all the men are there washing their cars, polishing their tires, and doing all the things. Golf courses and golf tournaments are a really great place to meet really cute guys as well. I find that a lot of really attractive men also go to upscale sports bars. So find a really good game that's on, park it there, go grab yourself a drink and something to eat, and I promise you, somebody will come up to you. Another really great one is Home Depot on a Sunday. I used to work at Home Depot in college, and I would see so many men there who are just genuinely willing to help. So if you're working on a project and need to go to Home Depot, go on a Sunday, go in the morning, make sure you ask lots of questions, and if you see somebody really, really cute, strike up a conversation with them. Another really great place is workshops. And so what I like to do is go on Eventbrite, see what events are happening in my area, workshops, conferences, summits, and attend one of those things if you're interested in them. With bar and club culture really being on the decline, these are just some of the places where I have met some really attractive guys. But if you have some other ideas, let me know. And if you're a man, let me know where you go. Okay, bye.
I think one of the wildest things that modern women do is they're asking men for their W-2s by the third date, man. Oh, we have to have financial compatibility. I think there needs to be transparency. You're sending a man a Google form asking about his bonus structure, what his 401k look like, and all that stuff. And I get it. I understand it. But you've got $47,000 in credit card debt, but you're asking how much he makes. And I guess that's why you're doing it, right? You wanted somebody that can pay your stuff off. You want somebody to pay the bills. Right? What I mean to say is a lot of these modern women out here, you want to make him throw his stuff out. Oh, you don't have this, you don't have that. But then you want to go and hide your mess. You want to look at him and say, man, you got a lot of stuff going on and you don't qualify for me. But then if a man would start digging a little bit more, he might say, oh, we're about in the same boat. And if he might start digging a little bit more in some of these situations, he might say, I'm pretty bad, but when we look at you and what you got going on, you might be a little bit worse than I am.
Welcome to the soft guy era. More and more men are embracing the soft guy life. They're walking away from their traditional roles. If women can reject traditional expectations, so can the men. So instead of always paying, always leading, always pursuing, and even suppressing their emotions, the soft guy era says, we're splitting the bill. We're not overworking to impress no chick, not chasing one-sided relationships. They're protecting their peace and prioritizing happiness over constant sacrifice. It comes from dating burnout, rising living costs, and just modern relationship confusion. Men talking about they're independent, still want men to pay, and they feel unappreciated. So if they can have the soft girl life, why can't they have the soft guy life? We want to do equal? Let's be equal. A lot of women find this controversial. Soft guy life? They see it as men avoiding responsibility, lazy. Why men are saying it's a healthy boundary, emotional balance, choosing peace. I keep doing this for people who don't believe in traditional relationships, except when it's for their advantage. So, is it men being lazy or being smart? But what do you guys think?
When men get with women that they know they will not be with for life, when they're just seeing how it goes, women have allowed themselves to be the placeholder. You have allowed yourself to be on his roster when he tells you he doesn't want anything serious. And then you get delusional thinking that he's going to commit to you because you've been having and cleaning his house and 100%. Doing his laundry and cooking for him. And that is the delusion. So all I'm saying is, what is he using you for?
There's a lot of men who use women for emotional support, nurturing, all different types of things.
You allowed yourself to fill that space. Because men are not using. Women are allowing themselves to be placeholders. Until they find their wife. Until that man finds his wife, you are a placeholder. You are allowing yourself to fill that role. And it is up to the woman to say, I'm not doing that.
I can agree.
I like you. We got energy. But I'm not the one, the two, or the three.
There's a lot of times women fall for men's tricks. There's a lot of women who don't wait out long enough to see if the man is for real or not.
Yeah, be honest, I don't think men are doing too much trickery. Like,
I really don't.
Like, and if you are getting tricked, you're a little slow.
Personally, I don't think that there are a lot of men just out here trying to wreck women's lives. Yeah. I don't think that. And to be honest, even when they wreck women's lives by giving them a baby, knowing that they don't want to be with them, and insert that meaning the way that you want, even when they do that, I don't think they want to have a baby by that person. And a lot of the times when they don't want to have a baby, they can't say, go have and granted, I think that men should support their children. I believe in the black family. I believe in the family. I believe in the nuclear family. End of story. And also, I almost feel like, what if there was a consequence? Like if you got pregnant by a man that you don't even know, and you said you were going to have his baby, that man doesn't have nothing to do with it. Like, what if he got to opt out? What if that was the consequence? Would women be having children like they do now? I don't feel like women will be as single mothered out here.
That's not true.
And here's what women will do. Modern women, they'll reject a man for years, right? Whether single moms and stuff like, well, I got men lined up, and they'll say all this stuff, and they'll talk a whole bunch of trash. They'll sit up here and reject men for years, and expect those same men, to step up. They'll expect those same men to, we need a man to step up and be a stepdad. Without question. Well, do this, go here, do that, right? A man ain't got no word from nobody, but just step up, start taking care of my kids. It don't matter if my kids want to disrespect you in the future. I'm not going to stop it. I'm not going to be on your side. You're always going to be a last priority. But step up. Step up to get abused. Step up to get taken advantage of. Step up to be disrespected. Why? Why would anybody want to do that?
Did you know that some people are people who don't want to live no more? People who not suicidal, but they hate this world so much. I see so many videos of people saying, is it wrong to not want to be here no more? That life is so frustrating, so complicated. Even if you in religion, you go back and forth, you don't know what to believe. And if you in the world, you don't know what to do. The world seems to be going up, then it seems to be going down. Everybody seems to be suffering around you. I've seen and I've heard many, many, many people say that, I'm not myself, but I don't want to be here no more. you know, and I can attest to life sometimes gets so dang go hard, man. It's like, is there another option for this mess? Can I opt out of this world? And I even think, man, if I had the opportunity to come back to this world, I would never come back to this world, because this is a very, very hard world. And if I had it to do over again, I wouldn't even have kids and want to raise them in this world. This world is a very difficult place to live for a person who tries to, you know, maintain happiness, and even for people who are poor, you know, people who are not poor, but especially for folks who are poor, because you're stuck right where you're at and you don't have the things that you need to get by. But it's a very difficult world for a lot of people all around the world who are going through so much. I can speak on Gaza and many places around the world where people are just completely suffering and they just do not want to be here no more. You know, if any of y'all can identify with that. And this, again, I'm not talking about somebody who's saying I'm about to take my own life. I'm talking about somebody who's just freaking tired, man, and wish there was another option and would not come back to this earth if they had a second chance. They would rather go somewhere else.
I want to talk to the ladies this morning. I have a real question for you. If you see a guy that you are interested in, why won't you approach him? I can't figure this out to save my life. Who wrote this rule that women should not approach men? Why? Why? What if you have interest in this guy and he doesn't have or display interest, but he may have interest, but you don't know that he has interest because you're waiting for him to display something that he may not know that he has. Let me explain. You see this guy, you like him. He may not see you that way yet, but it's a possible chance that he has interest, but you won't approach him because something was written and said, women should not approach a man. Why? Who said that? Now, I know there's women out there that will do it, but I'm asking for the women that stand on the stance of, I'm not doing that. What do you lose by doing it? I tell you what you'll gain by doing it. The guy that you're seeking, the guy that you're interested in, that's what you'll gain. What you'll lose is the opportunity to know if you have the opportunity to gain him. Man, I don't get it, look. Somebody answer the question down below. I really need to know. Who came up with this unwritten rule? It's egregious. It's crazy. You're willing to lose something of interest because of pride or unwritten rule? I don't get it. Listen, man. Hey, women, please listen to me. I really can coach you. Approach that guy. Higher ups, you know it's us.
Singles, being behind is not a crime. It's not a sin. It's not. That's not what it is. Being single is being whole. Do you know why you are single? Do you know why you are still single? Why? Have you sat down to think about it? So never compare your journey with any other person's journey. No. Stop measuring your life by someone else's timeline. Stop it. Stop it. If you're doing that, stop it from today. Your season is not empty. It is preparation to what God has destined for you. God is working in you, both to will and to do of His pleasure. He has a very beautiful future for you. Remember in Jeremiah 29:11, His plans towards you are of good and not of evil, to give you an expected end and hope and a future. I'm paraphrasing now. So you are in the right place at the right time. All you need is to ensure that you are aligned with God's plan and purpose. Are you aligned? Aligned with God's plan and purpose. You are right on time. You are in the place of your preparation. Preparation is a breathing place. That's the place that God prepares you for what lies ahead of you. If you are not prepared, you might not be able to handle the big things that God wants to bring your way. So, my 1 cent to you today, my take to you today, my encouragement to you today is to stay in your lane. Understand your time.
Hey, you live around here?
Yeah, I do. I've been living here for a couple months now.
Okay, yeah, I see you a lot. I always thought you looked good.
Yeah, for real?
Yeah. You look good too.
Thank you. You got a girl?
No, I don't got a girl. I've been living alone whole time.
Okay, can I get your number so we can go out?
Yes, you get my number.
Okay. Okay.
Sam, you can get my number.
She doesn't want you because you're not yearning. Yearn, that's the topic of this video. Yearn, you need to understand. In this day and age where everyone's trying to be in love, you gotta stand out. And you simply do that by yearning. So yearn. And if you're confused, it's not even that confusing. Because all he wants is a yearner. Beg, cry, scream, embarrass, plead, obsess. Yearn. You gotta yearn, bro. It's the only way, I'm telling you. If you're not yearning for her, she's not gonna want you, bro. Same for you. If you're not yearning, he's not gonna want you either. So please, for the love of God, can we all just yearn? Yearn.
One of the busiest people that I've ever dated, like busiest, most successful people I've ever dated, was the most responsive person. And I always asked him, I was like, why do you respond so quickly to me or anyone? And he said, communication is a form of respect. And if you respect the person, you'll get back to them as soon as you possibly can. And he was busy. Let that sink in. Busy isn't the problem. Lack of priority is. People don't forget to reply to the people they respect. They choose where their energy goes. If someone keeps you waiting, guessing, spiraling, that's not mystery. That's disregard. And if you're used to inconsistency, you'll call disrespect normal just to survive it. High value people don't vanish when life gets hectic. They communicate so no one feels disposable. Slow replies don't mean they're busy. They mean you're not important enough to interrupt comfort. So raise your standards. Because when someone respects you, you'll never have to chase clarity. It shows up on time.
Unhinged things that women don't understand about men, part 5. This one is for the ladies. However, my guy, please let us know in the comments below if this one resonates. This is one of the most important lessons that I have ever learned. Men thrive in the presence of a woman who trusts him. If you fundamentally believe that the man that you are with is incompetent, he is not capable of doing things, he doesn't have your best interest to heart, or he doesn't care about you, you are demonizing him, and if your actions reflect that, I can almost guarantee that this man is not going to show up to the best of his capacity. If you treat him in a way that shows that you trust that he's going to take care of you, you trust that he's going to be capable of getting things done, and you trust that he is going to handle a situation, he is so much more likely to actually do it. He may not be perfect, he may not do it in exactly the way that you want, but if the energy that you present to him communicates that you don't trust him, you are not helping this man step into his power. And if he is not stepping into his power around you, he's going to feel powerless around you. And if he feels powerless around you, he's probably not going to want to invest the same kind of energy and effort. Over time, he's probably either going to check out of the relationship or decide to invest that energy elsewhere, because that is a losing battle for a man who actually cares about a woman and she acts like he just doesn't. Of course, this goes both ways. In a relationship, your job is to see the good in your partner, and nobody is perfect, so if your expectation is perfection, your bar is too high. That being said, you should not lower your standard for how you want to be treated. And if someone consistently treats you in a way that is disrespectful, it is your responsibility, my dear, to act accordingly. Love you guys. Thank you so much. And let me know in the comments below if this one helps.
Listen, there are 3 types of men in this world, and the only ones who will ever call a woman a gold digger fall in the last 2 categories. Old money men, new money men, no money men. Gold digger labels come from the last 2 and the last 2 only. Old money men have seen what it's like to be a provider growing up. They understand it, they don't complain about it, they don't weaponize it. New money men weaponize the provider mentality, and no money men completely resent it. It's okay not to have money, but it's not okay to label women as gold diggers because they want to provide a man, because that's what men are here to do.
I think in all honesty, a lot of these modern women are taking dating advice and relationship advice. They're taking dating advice and relationship advice from these women whose marriages have failed, from these women whose relationships have failed multiple times. These women who are applying bitter lessons to men who haven't done anything. That's who you're taking advice from. You got a best friend out here that got divorced last year, talking about men are trash, they're terrible, and this is what he used to do to me. And somebody's sitting back like, that's actually not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Yeah, but he was doing this, and this. No, those are all good things too. Maybe you're the problem. No, it could never be me. And if somebody suggests that I'm a terrible person, then they need to get from around me. It's pretty much how it goes. And that's the person that you're friends with. Anytime somebody tries to hold them accountable for the things that they did, it's always somebody else's fault. Always somebody else's fault. He did me wrong. I thought he was true. He ran out of my life, and now I'm so through with him. Sorry. Anyways, these modern women are playing games. Stop listening to these modern women who don't know what the heck they're talking about. Now, I do agree. Just because you had a failed relationship, don't mean that you can't provide some advice. Don't mean you can't say, hey, now watch out for this or look out for that. You can say that. But a lot of these modern women are not level-headed. They're not coming from a place of, oh, well, just kind of look out for this, and you're just kind of listening and then giving feedback. They hear a little bit, yeah, leave him alone. Oh. And you let that man go. And then you have to separate yourself months later when that man says, hey, whatever happened to us? And then you have to think by yourself, because your friend is off doing whatever she's doing. You have to think, I don't know what happened to us. Why did we stop talking? I don't know. You said something about, I was doing some weird stuff and I never understood that. And I tried to ask you about it, but you would never answer my call. So I didn't get it. Okay, well, yeah, I don't see why we can't go out on a date and just to see. And this time she don't tell her girlfriend about it. And they sit and talk and it's like, why did we ever break up? Why did we stop talking? Why did we ever stop talking? I don't know. And then you see them 2 years down the line be married. Actually married. Because there was nothing wrong. It's just that she was bitter and she was projecting what happened to her and the stuff that she got herself into onto you. Stop listening to that. Stop listening to it. At the very least, listen, analyze it, and it's like, well, that don't apply to me. Okay. And throw it away. Stop letting these bitter women ruin your relationship.